is to choose which of these political parties' programs they are interested in, and which of them do they believe will do the best for them. But unfortunately for us in this part of the world, most of the voters, they are not well educated about political issues. They are much concerned with bread and butter issues. That is, how do I earn my daily bread? How do I maintain myself? How do I pay my rent? How do I get job? These are the major concerns of the people of this country. But often they make mistakes in choosing their representatives, in the sense that they make it conditional that they must be given some amount of money or be given salt, rice, and so on in order to vote for those who come to solicit their votes. That is a mistake, because once you take money from the political class, then when they come into power, you cannot make them accountable to you, because you will not be able to ask them questions and challenge them when they go wrong. Now, this is one of the most important aspects of politics. Then the next one that I really want to mention that is going on is that elections are conditional on parties. You can never win any election in Nigeria unless you belong to a political party. The Constitution insists that you must belong to a political party before you can stand for elections. This is a major stumbling block to popular individuals whose their party refuse to nominate for positions. And there is no independent candidacy, and that is where I'm going. There should be independent candidates. Somebody who is popular in his own ward, in his own local government, or in his own state, supposed to be able to stand for election. Example is Macron, the present president of France. He was thrown out of the Socialist Party of France because of anti-party activity, so-called. He formed a movement and he won an election. Today, he's in control of the National Assembly in France. That is, most of the legislatures belong to his movement. So we don't have that in Nigeria. Then another aspect that we must always look at now is the question of godfatherism. In the Nigerian context, if you want to contest any election, maybe local election, councillorship, chairmanship of local government, state assembly, federal, and senate, you must have a godfather. Somebody must sponsor you or nominate you into that position before the party will now back you up and make you their candidate. Again, this is anti-democratic. But it happens even in the West, in the developed democracies. Your party must have the power to get you nominated, but you must know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. So it's part of the critique of democracy that some people are very strong within the party and they are the one to nominate and get people into positions. Then we One I want to go into is the improvement in our political process, in our electoral process. There has been improvement. I was part of the group that designed option A4 under Professor Friwosu, Professor Afokanweke, Professor Adele Jinadu, Professor Omorui. We discovered that Nigerians are very clever in rigging elections. They will wear big agbada loaded with votes. They will go into the polling unit and stuff the ballot box from the pockets. Women will go in pregnant and come out delivered. So we now design the option A4, open ballot system. Daluku, we are a simple nation still developing. Don't let us copy the sophisticated democracies, the advanced democracies. Let us make it simple for our people. Let everybody line up behind their candidate. Okay, you want to be a councillor, no problem. Let your people line up. There are 3 candidates or 3 political parties. APC, please line up behind the APC candidate. PDP, line up behind the PDP candidate. Obedience, line up behind the Labour Party candidates. That way, everybody can see what is going on. And then the vote is counted at the end of the day. And the winner is declared. That is the best method for us in this part of the world. But the sophisticated elites and the political class say that is primitive. It's not sophisticated enough. Can't we modify it so they will have chance to rig? Okay? And they will now modify it. You go and fill a piece of paper and then come and drop it in front of everybody. It worked. That's what got Abiola elected in 1993, Hope 93. That's what got him elected. He defeated over in 14 states. They have declared results in 14 states before the military interjected and spoiled the process. And all of us ran back to our universities when they were looking for us. Because our great Professor Friwosu was arrested, Professor Omorui went into hiding, and all of us who are younger elements, we ran back to the campus. And we have never been involved in politics ever since, because they really frightened us, you know. Because Professor Omorui was shot 6 times, but he was lucky. None of the bullets hit any major organs, and he recovered. But it's of blessed memory today. We recognize that. Then the next thing I want to mention, sir, is that we have problem with thuggery and hooliganism during election campaign, on the day of the election, and in the post-election period. Again, the political class are responsible for this. It's a do or die affair for some politicians. They have made up their mind, they must weigh their constituency. And if they don't weigh, then kakakekuma jesese, that is, we scatter everything if we are not going to win. That spirit of spoiling things is no longer going to work. Because now we have gotten what we call technological improvements. The card reader, the thumb printing, the face recognition, BOVAS. We are bringing in technology to stop the thuggery, ballot box snatching, and pilfering of ballot box. You know, we have been able to do that. Now, let me say, what is the role of government in the electoral process? Government has really tried. It's just as government is planning good things, politicians who don't agree also are planning alternative. Don't let us say bad things, but they are planning alternative. What has government do or done? Government have given a lot of money to INEC to print electoral materials, to buy new equipment, technologically modern equipment, to make sure that the electoral process is smooth and is without problems. But what does politicians do? They go and get clever people to try and find ways around this technology. In the last election, hackers, that is clever boys and girls who knows about computing, to try to enter into the INEC server. That is the INEC computer engine room, so that they can put in the figures which they want in order to win elections. But you see, as Omodegba Agbagbon Lavidale Efe, and I will add to you that it's not Kilichi Lefe Nikon, Gbogbo Yoruba land ni, Gbogbo towns and cities wa Omodegba Agbagbon ni, Afi Muduro. Now, we were able, the INEC people were able to counteract the INEC people were able to counteract and prevent such process, and we thank God for that, because they would have caused problems. Because when people realize that they are being cheated, that we did not vote for this person, they are centered, violence started, and that could spill over into the larger society. Then let us look at the, I will say, the critique of democracy, and that is where I can bring our royal fathers and even olokun into it. Before the European came and imposed all this new system on us, we had our own traditional way of doing things. That is, our royal fathers, along with the chiefs, control each community based on rules and regulations. And in the ancient Oyo Empire, the Oyomesi and the king absolutely rule. I will say, in conjunction with the Ogboni, they run the society. And there was relative peace. Everybody knew their position or their place. And people behaved and conducted themselves properly. And those who could not conduct themselves properly were banished or ostracized. That is, isolated from the community. And they reformed themselves. But now, since we adopt this European method of doing things, things are not the same again. Our traditional rulers have been marginalized by the educated elites and by the political class. We do respect. I'm very, very sorry. Our traditional rulers of the earliest period, they made one or two mistakes. by not sending their children to embrace Western education, and keeping away their children from embracing Western education. There is nothing wrong in having the two. I'm a priest of Ife, but I never used the title until all these people start saying. I believe in professionalism. I believe in professionalism, and I think it's due to upbringing in England. That is what you can do that will make you recognized, not where you are coming from or where your birth is or your parents. Now, the second criticism of democracy is this: democracy empower people who do not believe that power is ephemeral. Most politicians believe that they can do and undo. They don't understand that it's only for a while. The power you have is only for a while. It's our royal fathers that we have power until they die, until they join the ancestors. The politician, the most power you can have is first term, second term. The constitution forbids third term. And in most constituencies, there are people who are waiting for you to finish your term because it is their zone that should produce the next candidate for the party. So most of our politicians, they have a false image of their power. They think they are powerful. They are not. After 4 years or 8 years at the most, you go back to being an ordinary person. And therefore, it's better you use that time you have while you are in political power or in political office to benefit as many people as possible, so that when you are no longer in power, people will still greet you. Because some politicians, the people don't greet them. They say, when he was in office, what did he do for us? Nothing. Don't mind him. And that is killing a lot of the political elites. They die before their time. It's not a cause, it's the reality we face. Now, I would like to conclude, because of time, that I've given the paper to Are. Those who are interested will link up with our Are Onakakanfo. The point I want to make is this: we are in the year of politics, and next year is the year of decision. And it's decisions that will affect our lives. I don't want any member here of the OPC or the Olokun Foundation to think that politics does not matter to me. It does matter. Anything that affects your life matters to you. Whether you know it or you don't know it, whether you like it or you don't like it, you know that politics is important. Now, I'm not campaigning for any political party. We prefer to be neutral. Why? Because we are intellectuals. We want to be able to speak. Once you belong to a faction, you won't be able to speak. Everybody should get their PVC. That's number one. If you just want to vote. If you want to become a power broker, you want to join politics and become political elite, you must join a political party. And you must attend their meetings. Because it's in the meetings they decide who gets what, when, and how. So if you don't go to meetings, you won't know what is going on, and you won't get any position. Then the second thing is that, please, this is what is not done in Nigeria. I was referring to the members who are paying their dues. Most Nigerians say they are APC or PDP. But do they pay their dues? Most of the people don't pay their money into the party. So you are not a financial member. Oh, let no ọ̀rọ̀. Because sanwó now. You must put your mouth or put your money where your mouth is. You must participate by paying your dues. People criticize Godfather. Some of the Godfather put all their money into the forming the party. So they become the founders. All other people become joiners. And when the founders are speaking, the joiners have to keep quiet. Don't let it be like that. Be a participant, an active participant. Don't just be a bystander. Finally, I want to say that there's a problem now. You know, the National Assembly, that's the House of Representatives and the Senate. They have amended the 1999 Constitution. They have amended most part of it. And they have now sent these amendments to the 36 states House of Assemblies to look at and approve. The House of Assemblies have now held the National Assembly by the juggernaut by saying, we want you to pass certain legislation before we will approve your amendments. Again, it's democratic, but it is anti-democratic. Because all the representatives in Abuja, they came from states. They came from constituencies, federal constituencies, from the various states. The amendment which they have done, we all, the general populace are in agreement with those amendments. Why are the states saying they will not approve? This is the dilemma that must be sorted out. This is the dilemma that must be sorted out before the next election. And please, if this is not sorted out before the next elections, then the new incoming government might not follow up on the amendments. And that will create a vacuum. That vacuum is that Nigeria will not be democratic as much as we want. Thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
Just stop clapping for the intellectual. Stop clapping for the elite. Keep clapping. Keep clapping, keep clapping. What a wonderful presentation. Thank you very much, Professor. Congratulations. Thank you very much. What a long, comprehensive one. God bless you, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize the presence of the former special advisor to the former governor of Ondo State, Governor Mimiko, in person of Comrade Razak Oladosu. Please stand up. Popularly known as Booster. Put your hands together for him. We also have your chief, Additional Kende, Odofin Ofodu, and Yodelu. Please put your hands together for him. We have Chief Isaiah Ogotayo, the Chairman Hunter Southwest. Please put your hands together for him. Right about now, I want to bring on. We have here the HOD philosophy, all the way from University of Lagos, none other person than Professor Okoro. Please put your hands together for him. We have Mr. Hafiz Olariwaju, an OPU member all the way from Egypt. Please put your hands together for him. Yes, cultural display. Are we good to go? Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize the presence of my Adekule Iweti Ayomide Agbekoya. Please put your hands together for him. We also have Olga's group SSSG, none other person than Prince Olushola Olawale VG. Please put your hands together for him. Chief Isaiah Oguntayo, Chairman Ontra Southwest. We also have Chief Additional Kende. Yes. Let's go there. gentlemen, wonderful performance. Thank you very much. Ajibata, let's go there. Thank you, young professor. Ajibata of Africa, let's go there, no time to check time. Check the shaitan, and we can skip there. Young professor, where are you? Young professor, where are you?
I greet and recognize all the royal highness that is here. Kábíyèsí o, kábíyèsí o, kábíyèsí o, kádé ó pẹ́ lórí, kírùpẹ̀rẹ̀ ó pẹ́ lọ́wọ́ kó dókìní o. And I recognize my big daddy, the 15th Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, Ààrẹ Ìbà Gani Adams, the CEO of Gati Interior. I pay profound and absolute homage to the custodian of cultural presence. As we all believe in the Yoruba adage that says, ọmọ tí ó jà ṣàmù àti kékeré ló ti máa ṣẹnu ṣámṣám tó tó ṣe bí òwe ẹ̀yìn àgbà o. As the bridge interpretation of this adage takes me here as the youngest professor, you might even have met me in your dream. My name is Oyewale Sophiat. In a brief note of forever nostalgic, it is known that olokun is believed to be the parents of Ajé, and it is the Orisha of great wealth and the Orisha of the bottom of the ocean. Olokun is the ruler of all other water bodies and has authority over any other water deity. Olokun is highly praised for their ability in giving out health, wealth, and prosperity to their followers. We are in the mood of celebration. Doesn't mean we can't go home with a kind of revision. At least the beauty of our olokun and the cultural heritage of the Yoruba people. Olokun Festival showcase value, beauty, and cultural heritage of our Yoruba people. Olokun Festival promotes terrorism. It does not promote terrorism, but it promotes cultural value that change to the world, and it makes our Yoruba culture rank high in the world with potential promises. We as children, in vocation and supplication, we offer our most time appealing to the beauty of our olokun. Because sometimes, for example, when we wake up early in the morning, or when someone has bought very beautiful and expensively valuable things to us, we hold up to our hand and call it Ẹlẹ́dàá. We say, jíjí tí mo jí lówùúrọ̀ yìí o, Ẹlẹ́dàá mi jẹ́ kí n rí ajé jẹun, má jẹ́ kí n wájé tì, ọkọ̀ ajé ni mò ń lò, má jẹ́ kájé ṣe tèmi tì o, àti ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ẹsẹ̀ àdúrà bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ. Now, before again, your darling young prof is reminding you again that the most closest Orisha of all is Aje Olokun. I say a very big thank you to the custodian of culture and everybody. Aje Olokun wá sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa dayọ̀. My big daddy, Ààrẹ Ìbà Gani Adams, the 15th Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land. Thank you so much for this. Ẹ̀yin ni ọmọ arígidi àkókò, ọmọ àkàrà dídí gbọ́mọ pọ̀ lọ́jà àwọn arúgbó, ọmọ apákò òṣèjì káfílẹ̀kẹ̀ ọ̀kan wòye, ẹnu ọ̀kan jíjẹ ìdàrẹ̀rẹ̀ ọmọ lẹ́sẹ̀ lójú, ọmọ agbọ́dúdú màdù, ọmọ agbọ́fìdì màwàyà, ọmọ agbọ́gìrì màmá sá o, ọmọ afẹ́fẹ́ sínú kò jẹ́, ọmọ afìdá sínú pètè ẹ̀yìn, ọmọ bùnmi kí n bọ́ rẹlé, ọmọ òpè ló tọ́ mọ́ rù. Thank you very much for this great opportunity. Happy 20th anniversary Olokun Festival. Ajé Olokun á sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo wa dayọ̀ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí o. Níwò yí àmọ́dún tajé na máa wá sí bíbá yìí o. A máa tún pọ̀ jù báyìí lọ. Thank you very much. I remain the youngest professor who got a professorship from Moon University. Thank you.
Ẹ bá mi ṣalátẹ̀wọ́ lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí torí Ọlọ́run. Mo ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ for the past 2 hours wọn ọ̀nà mi lówó. Èmi náà fẹ́ sọ rárá. Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò Ìbà Gani Abíọ́dún Ìgè Adams. Ọmọ wọn láti gidi Àkókó. Kẹ́ ẹ tó dé Àkókó ẹ̀ dé ìlú Àkúrẹ́. Ẹ wá dé Ọ̀wọ̀. Ẹ bá kọjá Ọ̀wọ̀ ẹ yà sápò òsì. Ẹ dé ìlú kan tó ń pè ní Ọ̀fẹ́. Ẹ dé Ọ̀bà Àkókó. Lọ́mi lówó ni lọ́ba níbẹ̀ ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́nu kan tó jẹ́ ìyànà ọ̀ka ẹ̀ẹ́dí Àkùngbá Àkókó ẹ̀ẹ́wọ̀n Ìkàrẹ́ Àkókó ẹ̀ẹ́wádé lẹ́nà jubili kẹ̀ẹ́tọ́dé arigidi Àkókó kábíyèsí ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́wó ni.
Ajé fi ẹni ṣe gbòòrò ẹ̀jẹ̀ òkú mi títí.